Hello, welcome to the Hyperthetical Podcast, episode 9. We got a doozy for you, coming in fresh off the press. Can you survive at the bottom of the ocean? I think we know the answer to that.
Can I tell you what won't survive at the bottom of the ocean?
Let me rephrase the question. How can you survive at the bottom of the ocean? Welcome to the Hyperthetical Podcast, episode 9. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Diesel.
Hello.
And Chris.
You right?
Yeah.
Wait, before we start, comments. Who's the favourite?
Who's the favourite?
Be honest.
The fan favourite.
You can be honest.
In a category of funniest, best looking, and ugliest.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, fair enough.
Anyways.
Yeah, so recent events transpired, and it gave us a bit of inspiration.
Mhm.
Now, I want to be careful with what I say. So, can we all agree going to a hardware store and compiling a makeshift submarine is probably a bad idea?
Yeah.
Bro used carbon fibre for the bottom of the ocean.
So
I don't feel sorry for him.
they
First the Malaysian Airlines, and now the bloody Titanic sub.
Yeah.
It's all going missing.
I think he got stick drift, and the controller stick, analog stick, started drifting him to the left. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's my theory. They pulled the parts out today, all the parts of the submarine out.
Oh, they actually
Yeah.
bothered with the recovery.
Yeah. It looks in remarkably good condition. I'll be honest.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
reckon someone went for a piss and accidentally opened the door and just
Can
like
we-
flooded the container.
We get a picture.
Sure. Let me find one.
You know, Mr. Beast was meant to be on that.
Really?
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
Did you watch the YouTuber who went on it 2 expeditions before the final one? So this YouTuber made a full video on exactly the same submarine on
Wow.
Expedition 3, but the expedition got cancelled because of bad weather, so they only went down about 30 meters.
How can you
Bad
have
weather?
Yeah, you're going in the ocean. It's
Bro,
all
yeah.
bad weather.
Yeah, you'd think so. So this is the
Yeah, we've got some heavy rainfall forecast.
yeah, we're thinking the ocean's going to be extra wet today, so we're not going to send you down. So that is the main module.
Looks like a glove compartment.
Here are some pictures of them pulling out the main module and a bit of the tail. And the
Dunk.
door is also intact.
Oh yeah, it really does look in remarkably good shape.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like I don't know, maybe the door failed and like they just got flooded and the water crushed them. Because they
Yeah,
pulled out the
maybe.
full door. The door is fine. And all the electrics on that are fine. And the tail is split in half, but it's fine. So it really doesn't strike me as
Yeah.
something that went disastrously wrong. It strikes me as someone forgot to lock the door.
Because I heard they lost contact about an
Was it
hour and
30 minutes?
3/4 after they
I thought it was
left.
30 minutes.
I read an hour and 3/4,
Oh,
but
okay.
less than 2 hours after they left, so they wouldn't have been that far underwater.
Nope.
Hmm.
Nope.
So yeah,
Someone had a
they
diabolical
probably did
Oh,
shit.
drown.
Do you want to see this infographic? I think that this news person has stolen from TikTok.
Go
Oh, I saw that. I saw that, and it was like it would be immediately heated to the temperature of the sun. Yep.
Wow, that's pretty hot. The director, James Cameron, I believe he was the guy that funded the expedition to find the Titanic. I don't actually know. Either way, he went in a few submarines. Now, James Cameron went to the Challenger Deep, which is the deepest part of the ocean ever. Right?
What, even deeper than the Mariana Trench?
It's part of the Mariana Trench.
Oh, okay,
So
right.
Challenger Deep is literally the deepest part of the deepest ocean.
I see.
This is the submarine he went down in.
Whoa,
And this is the submarine they went down in.
that looks kind of cool.
Now, I don't know if it's just me, I'm not a billionaire, but if I saw that,
Yeah.
I would go, maybe I don't want to go down in that thing.
Mm.
I don't know.
That's actually quite smart going down vertically like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like going long ways down rather than sideways.
Oh, so this is James Cameron's other submarine, which looks 1,000 times cooler than...
Yeah, that does look
That
pretty
looks
cool.
so cool. Like, damn. I want to be in that. If I saw that, yeah, I'd go down that 100%.
That doesn't look real though.
No, it
doesn't
doesn't.
look like he's actually singing it.
Looks like something you'd see in Robot Wars. If we were billionaires and we wanted to go down to the bottom of the ocean, how would we do it?
Oh, I know.
Would you? Okay, go for it. Go for it.
I would evolve into a crab because evolutionary, the crab is like the best form. Like everyone evolves back to a crab.
Right.
Yeah.
So give me a couple billion years and I'll go back to crab.
Why do they go back to a crab?
I don't know. Maybe it's like the most efficient organism, right?
Is it? Like, you're just all legs?
Well, yeah. But like, don't they have like copper-based blood? Like, if it fights off every infection known to man and cancer and all that.
I know that lobsters have never been seen to die in the wild.
They don't die of old age.
Of old age. They
Yeah.
have died of getting stuck in their own shell.
When I beat one the other day with a baseball bat, it definitely died.
And I boiled one alive and I didn't die.
I put one on my kiak,
Yeah.
and it definitely died.
Anyway, okay. Why? So, but I'm not turning into a crab, as far as I know. So why?
A crab's submersible. It's on Avatar. You see it
Yeah.
on Avatar too. Those
Given-
cool crab things.
Given the opportunity, say it was like a much safer submarine, would you go down?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
You couldn't pay me to get in that thing and go down. I ain't gonna see some dusty ass wreck. I am scuba diver qualified, so I know a thing or two about the ocean. And I've also almost died at the bottom of the ocean, so I know a thing or two about that. And I know that the pressure down there, even at 30 meters, is astonishing. Like, you don't realize how much water is on top of you until you're on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Say oxygen wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
And you just got some concrete shoes on and you jumped in the ocean above the Titanic. Would you survive getting down to the bottom?
No.
I don't think you would.
After a while, your bones would get crushed.
And also, aren't you eventually less dense than the water around you, so you wouldn't just sink? Eventually, it'd stop sinking, surely. No?
Oh.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
How do fish do it?
They don't after a certain point.
Oh.
Because like sperm whales, for example, I think can only go down 5,000 feet maximum, something like that.
They have a special bladder, so they can control how much air pressure is inside of them, so they can sort of.
Really?
Yeah, and it's called an air bladder, isn't it? A lot of fish have it.
I want a bladder. I've already got a bladder. Can I control the air in my balls?
Yeah.
So right, so we're all unanimous, like we wouldn't go down.
Well, the thing about the deep ocean, it's more dangerous than space. Like it's easier to survive in space than it is in the deep ocean.
I mean, I'm sure the pressure of being under that much water is probably higher than the pressure of zero atmosphere, surely.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know. I mean, let me Google. Pressure.
Well, there is no pressure in space.
Will be anti-pressure.
Yeah. But I think in water, you'd be instantly crushed, whereas like a few milliseconds you'll survive in space if like the door opened or some shit.
Oh yeah, well that wasn't there. I remember this one Doctor Who episode when Peter Capaldi was the Doctor, where you're like, I mean, I really doubt this is fully true, but you can survive in space for like 60 seconds if you like empty your lungs. So exhale, empty your lungs, so there's no like pressure inside of you that would make your lungs burst.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, maybe not. You probably wouldn't survive well, but you might just survive.
Well, yeah, you could do like 30 seconds before you suffocate.
That's true on Mars. I know that's true on Mars.
I think they're pretty much impossible to compare, because if you lost pressure at space, your blood would instantly boil and evaporate. Whereas if you're at the bottom of the ocean, if you lost pressure, you would instantly be superheated to the temperature of the sun and crushed. So this might be a bit of a hot take, but I propose we stay on land and walk.
Yo, for real?
Bro, these terrestrial boys.
I'm just saying. That seems to be the logical conclusion of this.
You're such an earth-based organism, Banter. I'm
Bro,
sick of it.
The Earth was made flat so we could walk on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If the world was side topic, if the world was flat, would it be a square or a disc?
be hexagon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
explains
feel
all
like
the
it would
mountains.
be like a flying saucer shape.
I would
Be Joe
much.
Rogan shaped.
I'd much prefer the Earth if it was a 20-sided dice shape.
Yeah.
And like, depending on where you live, depending on like your quality of life.
Africa just gets the worst side.
Antarctica is just one. Imagine being born in Antarctica. You'd have such a shit time.
What are you called if you're born in Antarctica? What are you actually called?
I don't think you're allowed to be born in Antarctica because
are
it's
you
international.
Antarctican?
It's like if you're born in international waters. What
Yeah.
what nationality are you? Is
Ocean
it just
bear.
the
I don't
first
know.
land you touch, or
Oh,
Maybe.
mate, that'd be great to control them now.
I am a citizen of Earth.
maybe if you're born in international waters, you can go down to the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah. Aren't you legally a pirate?
Yeah, I mean,
You're born a pirate.
anyone could be legally a pirate. You just have to go to Somalia.
You can also be illegally a pirate.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, look at me. I am the captain now.
This podcast does not endorse pirates.
Yeah, we don't endorse piracy.
Except
To an
Netflix,
extent.
share
Yeah,
accounts,
yeah,
share-
to an
share
extent.
accounts.
Yes,
Netflix-
land lovers.
Netflix greedy as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
They're cancelling their cheapest membership.
They're gonna make a show about the sub, and they're gonna make it really dramatic and like gunshots. I'll tell you, it's gonna be a massive show.
Gunshots. So can you survive at the bottom of the ocean? I'm just trying to think of any way that I could possibly survive walking on the bottom of the ocean. Would a spacesuit cut it? Probably
Oh.
not, right?
Probably not,
I have
honestly.
no idea.
Because it's designed to be pressurized, but would it be pressure enough?
I don't know.
A suit of water, like like SpongeBob. You remember SpongeBob, guys? I know we're getting old, but do you remember where they have Blue Lagoon, the beach?
Right.
Right, you have an ocean underwater, and people are like, "You're crazy! You can't have an ocean underwater." Yeah, you can. It's
Yeah, you can.
salinity. It's the salinity.
Brine pools.
Yeah, Brian
yeah,
Pools.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
looks like an ocean underwater.
But they're normally toxic to all fish that touch them. They
But
like,
that's why they
instantly
drown.
die.
Yeah, on SpongeBob they do die. If
Oh,
go in
because
it,
they're
right?
drowning in it. That's
yeah,
clever.
yeah. So it is clever.
I
Yeah.
don't know if they're drowning. I think it's the salt is too much for them, and they
Well, it clogs the
get like
gills,
poisoned.
right?
Yeah.
Which is
Probably just
basically
dries
drowning.
them up.
Yeah.
I would like to be. I like the theory in SpongeBob that they're all just the result of the Bikini Atoll nuclear
Yeah. yeah.
bombs, and like the radiation
Yeah.
has mutated them into being creatures. And there's also this theory that Sandy Cheeks is a government agent that's monitoring the radioactive life forms.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I've heard this SpongeBob law.
Yeah, SpongeBob
Yeah.
law. Welcome to the Hyperthetical Podcast. Today we're going to be discussing the SpongeBob law.
He's got the nicest cheeks in SBob.
Well, it's
Yeah, I know.
obviously Patrick.
Okay, yeah, now route.
He
okay.
dummy thick.
Bruh.
Anyway, so I just looked up. If you were at the bottom of the ocean, it would be the equivalent of one person trying to support 50 jumbo jets. I could do
Wow.
that.
What American metric is that?
I would simply
Really?
lift them up. I think I could lift a jumbo jet. Genuinely,
Hmm.
like they can't be that heavy. They fly,
True.
right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
this is a fucking stupid episode.
Yeah, what are we even talking about?
We're just trying to think if there's a way of surviving at the bottom of the ocean.
I would say if you can figure out how to, replace your oxygen that you lose with like, I don't know, plants. If you take like loads of plants down with you.
Could you
Right.
breathe? So the issue, so I know as I'm a diver, the issue with going deeper in water is that the air that you take down with you is compressed, and so you have to compress atmospheric air down, and the problem is at pressure, nitrogen becomes toxic, and you get nitrogen narcosis underwater, which is basically getting drunk off of nitrogen, and it can kill you. It can create bubbles in your blood, which can expand and pop you. It's called
Big up the
decompression sickness.
bends.
Yep, the bends. So what I'm thinking is there a way of the most condensed form of oxygen is liquid oxygen? Could we breathe that?
Right.
I don't think so. No.
No, I don't think so.
I think hemoglobin could use that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, it would
fall.
become a gas in your lungs right? I mean, there was this thing where, so in 1966, Golland and Clark put a mouse in a oh my god, I can't say that.
Poor mouse, they did him dirty.
Yeah, they put a mouse in their in a in a perfluorocarbon.
Right.
Naughty.
So what you're seeing on this image is a beaker
Gosh.
filled with this perfluorocarbon, which
Right.
is predominantly it's a chemical bond between something and oxygen, chlorocarbons, I believe, that cause the hole in the ozone layer, and it's where chlorine gas.
Fluorocarbons.
What was it? Sorry.
I think they're chlorofluorocarbons, CFC.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah. And so they went up into the atmosphere, and it's chlorine bound with oxygen. I don't know.
Fluorine and carbon.
Fluorine and
And
carbon. There we
oxygen.
go. And oxygen. So it goes up there, and it breaks apart, and the chlorine combines with the oxygen, and to create chlorine monoxide. Chlorine monoxide, and it broke down the ozone layer because it removed all the ozone, which is trioxygen.
Yep.
So, and that's what caused the hole in the ozone layer. So this perfluorocarbon, I don't know what it's mixed with, but it's bound with oxygen. And so what you're seeing on your screen is a beaker filled with this perfluorocarbon. And this mouse is currently submerged in that, breathing on its own. It's breathing the oxygen from the fluorocarbon, which emits carbon dioxide back into the liquid as a byproduct.
Yeah, but
So-
how's it breathe a liquid?
So it's effectively respirating oxygen, and it's effectively respirating a liquid.
Wait.
I don't understand. I actually don't understand.
And it's denser than water, as you can
Is it
see by the
solid?
fish. The fish are in water that are floating on the surface.
Oh my
of
god,
the
I didn't even notice
fluorocarbon.
that.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Apparently,
what we even...
apparently this mouse survived.
That's wild.
Probably got PTSD though.
Chris, watch this video I just sent in chat. This explains it all for you, in American terms.
Mouse can survive unharmed for hours, completely submerged. The mouse is breathing a special highly oxygenated liquid chemical compound. As mammals, mice and men have evolved to extract life-sustaining oxygen from the air, but our cells, and the mouses, will take oxygen any way that they can get it. After its total immersion in the liquid environment, the mouse returns unharmed to the air-breathing world. The first step, perhaps, on the path to our underwater future.
I don't understand how it's breathing a liquid though.
So that mouse is submerged in a highly... So it's the same way fish take oxygen from water to survive. This mouse is taking oxygen from the liquid to survive.
Yeah, but fish don't have lungs. They've gills.
No, but we take oxygen from the air, and the air is not oxygen. The air is mostly nitrogen. So this is this is a mix of liquids so concentrated in oxygen that we're getting all of our oxygen nutrients from the liquid that are being filtered through the lungs.
Yeah, but that mouse is surely frigged off. Like that's
It
not good.
came
for
out.
ya.
It came out alive and fine.
That's
So-
I get
So
that.
so this means that we have the means to take liquid oxygen down to great depths and breathe it.
But
Uh-huh.
you would have that gag reflex because you'd go.
Yeah,
You'd
but
probably,
once
like,
you're
choke.
past that, you're fine.
But
Interesting.
then...
the pressure of the lungs. So the whole point is that I don't get that, bro. That's insane.
Yeah, no,
But-
it's very cool.
Yeah, that's very.
That is cool, but what you're saying is if we like go down to the bottom of the ocean, dig like a pool and fill that up with the liquid oxygen,
Yep.
is this denser than water?
Yeah, it is
would
more,
stay
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
However, that would you'd still be standing in the one pitch black, two massive 20 jumbo jets of pressure
50
at the bottom
jumbo
of the
jets.
ocean.
Yeah, that's true. So we'd have to overcome the pressure.
It's very hard hat.
The question is
Fine.
why? What even is the motive? Why do we want to live underwater?
I guess to escape the consequences of the land.
Well, they say if there was a cataclysm on Earth, like anything, like a supernova or an asteroid, the best place to be would be at the bottom of the ocean.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
My counter argument is the ocean is cool, whereas underground is not cool. Like, I wouldn't like to live in a bunker underground, but if I lived in the water, I think that'd be pretty cool.
You wouldn't want to be a dwarf?
I would want to be a fish man more than I want to be a dwarf.
Oh, no way. Dwarfs are cooler.
Really?
Yeah, they found the Arkenstone in friggin' Hobbit. That's amazing.
Yeah, but the fish found Cthulhu.
Yeah, well, they got weird flipper things. They're
They
mermaids.
don't talk about the cult of Cthulhu.
It's cringe, you know?
Is it?
If I was a mermaid, I'd just top myself. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'd be a great mermaid. I'd seduce all the mermen. I mean, the men.
No, 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 no.
So do you think that's what they did? They faked their death so they could go live in secret underwater and avoid taxes or something.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, who? Oh, the billionaires.
Yeah, back on topic, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Could be a tax issue.
That's a good idea, actually, because there's no tax at the bottom of the ocean.
No.
Exactly.
The tax man can't get you at the bottom of the
Free
ocean.
real estate.
The IRS can't reach you if there's 50 jumbo jets on top of you.
Yeah, what are they going to do?
Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe all the celebrities are now going to go live at the ocean, and they're going to make Hollywood underwater.
Yeah, yeah.
What would that be called?
Yeah, I was just thinking. Bubblewood. Waterwood.
Bikini Holly.
Hollywater.
Oh,
Hollywater.
Holly Bottom.
Oh, Hollybottom. What if
Yeah.
we devolve into sponge-like entities and become SpongeBob SquarePants reality TV show and film life
Well-
at the bottom of the ocean?
Well, the whale was like, oh, I'm living on land. And then decided to go back in the water. So maybe that's what we should be like. Because that's what the origin of the whale, isn't it? Because it lived on land. No, it lived in water, it went on land, then went back in water. Isn't that the origin of the whale?
You know what? I don't actually know.
Yeah, because it's supposedly, it's closer relative as a cow.
Right.
Bullshit.
Google it, Google it.
Say it again. Say it one more time for me.
So it evolved in the sea,
What did?
the ancestor of the whale.
Okay.
It moved onto land somehow.
Right. Okay.
And then somehow its ecological niche sent it back to the ocean. So that's why it didn't evolve gills. It's stuck with lungs.
I think it's so interesting that you're a Christian and yet you are a thorough believer in
didn't say I
evolution.
believe that.
Oh, you don't believe
I
it? Okay.
I didn't say I believe that. I'm
I was
just saying
I
what.
was just curious.
Yeah.
So okay, I mean that's fair. I don't know. I mean I wasn't a whale and I wasn't alive at that time. But personally, if I was a whale and I came out of the ocean, I'd be like, "Fuck this shit! I'm going back in." I mean,
yeah.
but what I wouldn't do is I wouldn't start breathing air and then go back in the ocean because that
Seems
just
a bit
seems
mid.
counterproductive. So I'm
does.
just looking at this website called The Deep Sea. Very good website. Recommend it. You can scroll through and it will tell you
Really?
exactly what creatures live down there.
Oh my gosh, this is epic.
Yeah. This is a very cool
Oh.
website. It's called The Deep Sea. If you
This
look
is
down,
epic.
elephant seals can dive 2,400 meters underwater. Elephant seals.
What?
If they can do that, we can live down there, 100%.
No, we can't.
But an elephant seal can, and they breathe air.
A human can
Yeah,
go to
but-
332.
An elephant seal went down, doesn't mean it stayed down there.
What, you think it just fucking died? If you go down to 3,000 meters, 3,000 meters,
Yeah.
that is the deepest a mammal has been. An air-breathing mammal has dove 3,000 meters deep.
Wow.
That
this
is almost the same depth as the Titanic.
This is scary. The deeper we go. The midnight zone. Oh.
The abyssal zone.
Oh, I think the nether. Let's see.
This is a very
Blobfish.
fucking cool website.
We love the blobfish.
The
we do.
blobfish. Can we just talk about the blobfish for a second? Blobfish Appreciation Club.
Nature's marvel.
So, this little fella is known as a blobfish. You may be thinking, oh, why is it called a blobfish? It doesn't really look that blobby. Because this fish lives at a very great depth, its skin is adapted for that pressure. When it's taken out of that pressure, its skin rapidly expands because there's nothing holding it together. And it turns into this. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the blobfish, and I think it's one of the best fishes in the ocean.
so sad.
Look at the little dude.
He's so sad. Look at his lips, though. Oh, give me a bit of that.
Smash.
Smash! No!
My newborn looks like that. Everyone says it's cute. You know what I mean? That's just not cute at all.
Some
I'm
babies
sorry.
look like that, to be fair. I've seen
Yeah.
babies uglier than that blobfish. I'm not going to lie to you. To be honest, if that's what I look like if I start living at the bottom of the ocean, I'll pass. I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't want to look like a slimy sea person. I want to look like me. What about you, Diesel?
What about me?
Do you think you would like to live at the bottom of the ocean?
No, no, it's boring.
Boring? Why is it
Yeah.
boring?
Can you play football at the bottom of the ocean? Can you drive a car at the bottom of the ocean? Can you
Grab
go
a
for a
club.
walk at the
You
bottom of the ocean?
You can drive a submarine at the bottom. Oh, wait, no, you can't.
And get
What
lost.
would be the point? That's my
You get to
question.
swim
What is the point?
around.
And I can swim around up here.
Yeah, but you might drown. Alright, superpower. Flight or breathe water?
Flight, obviously.
Flight, yeah.
You guys were meant to say breathe water.
No.
Why would it bring
This is
more?
an awful.
So, there is this thing, a saying, a philosophy, that humans die twice.
Yeah.
They die once when their body, stops working, and they die. And they die again when someone utters their name for the last time.
Oh, that's a bit sad. Yeah.
Based off of
Hitler,
that.
Hitler.
Oh.
Sorry, just keeping him alive. Don't
Just keeping the
include
guy
that.
alive. Based off of that, even if humanity got extinguished tomorrow, we would still, in spirit, live on the bottom of the ocean.
True. Yeah.
And probably for a considerable amount of time, because the deepest thing that wasn't natural, not an animal, nothing like that, ever found, was a plastic bag at the bottom of the ocean. In the Mariana Trench.
Yippee!
Deeper than any animal can go. Deeper than any human has ever been. A plastic bag got
Wait.
there first.
How did they find it if no human's been down there?
Well, they sent a submarine down.
That means there's probably a dildo floating around at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, and it's just vibing next to a big old crab or some shit, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of depressing, man.
Yeah, right?
Plastic bag. Bottom of the ocean.
Literally the deepest point on Earth. And that plastic
Hang
bag
on,
is found.
how is that a negative?
We should be ashamed of that.
I-
I
A
think.
little creature loves that. He'll be thinking, oh,
Whose
what's
bag was that?
Yeah, who didn't
hold
pay
on.
the 5p?
Hold up. Whose bag was that?
this? Little crabs made that home.
To be fair, I can testify. Sea turtles love plastic straws.
Oh, they do.
They
It's their
love them.
favourite
They
meal.
use them as snorkels to breathe further.
Yeah. They friggin' love it.
I love it when penguins wear beer connectors as a necklace. That's really fun. Or when seals play fetch with plastic bottles.
Look at that. He's drinking. He's just drinking.
He's just having a drink.
Yeah.
He's just a thirsty guy. Bro's feeling peckish. Bro's having a light, refreshing snack. In theory, in very hypothetical standards, yeah, we could survive at the ocean. We'd probably be breathing liquid oxygen, and we wouldn't really be able to do a lot because we'd be at danger of being crushed to death. But is that any less likely than living in space?
Well,
Yes.
The people in Atlantis live in the ocean. They're fine.
Uh-huh.
They're okay.
I mean, the ISS experiences less pressure than that submarine did.
To be fair, the Finding Nemo cameraman did it, so why can't
He
we?
did it well.
Yeah.
He did it very well, to be fair.
Yeah.
That dude literally was just chilling and filmed the whole thing. Even spoke fish. Even spoke whale. Can you speak whale?
Glub.
Not quite. That's a whale drowning.
Oh, oofed. Have you seen The Loneliest Whale? It's the only whale to have this frequency, because that's how they communicate in it. And
Right.
no other whale has this frequency,
Oh, right. So you
so
think...
no other whale can hear it.
Oh.
So it's basically deaf.
That's really sad. Let's get an audio clip of that. Fucking get some friends, nerd.
I know, yeah. What a
Learn how to
loser.
communicate.
Yeah.
What are you, autistic or something? What are you, me?
on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Frequency.
Have you ever seen whales exploding?
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
pop.
No.
It's
yeah.
actually explode, properly, There was this thing, I don't know where it was, but they had this whale wash up on a beach, and they tried to get rid of it by packing it full of dynamite. Because they they didn't want it causing a health hazard, so they packed it full of dynamite and blew it up. And apparently it shot pieces of whale 2 kilometers in radius, and it crushed cars with these pieces of whale raining down on the local town.
Oh, that'd be an excellent job. A whale blower.
Whale blower.
Hang on. This doesn't sound right.
Why is the sea salty?
Okay.
You know why. You know why it's salty.
Too many sperm whales.
Yeah, man. I think if humanity were to experience a cataclysmic event, I reckon it would be more likely that we went down than up.
What do you mean?
Because if we went up, there's no way of coming back down. But if we go down, we can still come back up.
What
Are you
talking
sure?
about?
Because I don't think you could just float back up.
I think you could. If you just
Are
took
you
a lungful of
sure?
air, you'd be fine, right?
Yeah, but you die. It'd take a few hours to get back to the surface, no?
Yeah, you're probably right, actually. That probably would be a bit long. But then
Yeah.
if you're in space, you won't be able to come back down. Like, the Earth is gone at that point. You know, you can't return to it. But if you went to the bottom of the ocean, you could wait it out.
Have you never heard of transpermia?
Excuse me?
Transpermia.
I don't want any of that, thank you.
No. It's not what you think. But they
Okay.
reckon that hitchhikers on asteroid rocks
What?
have yeah. So right, okay. So they think
Hitchhikers?
life- yeah. They think
Why are they
life-
why are they hitchhiking in space? There's no what? Who's hitchhiking?
life? I think it's the tardigrade can survive in space indefinitely.
Right.
It goes in, so creatures usually only adapt to an environment that they've experienced for a long time. So these tardigrades can survive in space along with a few others, microorganisms. So the theory is they arrived on an asteroid and seeded life on Earth
Okay.
because they know Mars and on Earth have shared rocks because they found Martian rocks on Earth and they found Earth rocks on Mars.
How do they know that they're from Earth and Mars?
So the composition, and it's also to
Right.
do with I think how they've been ionized. There's some kind of
I suppose, yeah, one would be
Yeah.
more exposed to radiation than the other.
yeah, and
'Cause
yeah,
Mars has no atmosphere and therefore it just
Exactly.
gets obliterated all the time.
and apparently each celestial body has a signature composition.
Right. Okay.
So they reckon life was or could have been seeded. It's why when there's a satellite, they always blow it up in the end, or like send it into Saturn or Jupiter to kill anything on it.
Is that always why they do that?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Because they're
Interesting.
scared. Specifically, they're scared if it'll land on a moon of like Titan or Europa and then seed those moons.
Scared of what? It will take millions of years for anything
Yeah.
to come of that. That's
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah,
Nah,
genuinely, Google it. Yeah.
I don't know, because if everywhere was seeded by life, then there would have to be a life at an origin that was like
Well,
across the universe.
yeah, but they say that's more likely than life just being random.
But we know that God created life.
Yeah, well, tell everyone else that.
But then what created God?
God to Electric Boogaloo.
People surviving at the bottom of the ocean, I think it's likely. I think we would build colonies at the bottom of the ocean at some point.
No,
Because we're not even like it doesn't have to mean the bottom. It doesn't have to be the deepest point. Like, why haven't we built underwater colonies yet?
because what's the point? And it's still no one's answered me the question. What is the point?
Well,
You know how depressing it would be being in eternal twilight.
Scotland, then.
Yeah.
It is depressing, right?
Exactly. We don't want more Scotlands.
I mean, the point would just. Why would a billionaire go to see the Titanic?
Because he's an
Looting.
explorer.
Because he can.
Bro, he's looting the bodies. That's how billionaires get rich, innit?
Yeah.
Imagine the amount of loot in the Titanic.
To be fair, you only get rich by stealing off other people, so that's not, you know. I think if someone has money, they will do it. Billionaires just get bored. They just do these things. They're like, oh, I want to live at the bottom of the ocean now. And I guarantee they'll do it. Elon
Yeah.
Musk wants to do private flights to space. Of course, Elon Musk next year is probably going to go, I want to live in the Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
I mean, with enough money, you can just get everyone to like do everything for you. It's just the way it works, you know?
Do you reckon there are enough bodies to fill up the Mariana Trench? Say it was
No.
empty.
No.
Say it was empty.
Probably not.
I
You
mean,
don't reckon that 8 billion human bodies
mean-
could fill that up?
I might be wrong, but aren't there more humans alive today than there ever have been before?
Yes,
No.
that's how population growth works.
I don't think so. It's definitely more than. Oh, it's 117 billion.
Oh, I was wrong. A
You're a bit off the mark.
little bit off. We're just going to cut that from the podcast.
That's a lot of people.
Maybe then. 100 billion. If each person takes up 1 meter of cubic space, maybe we
Maybe.
could fill it. But then the Mariana Trench is pretty big. Do you reckon that there are dinosaurs living at the bottom of the ocean? Still.
Yeah,
The
probably.
big squid. Seen that big squid thing? The colossal squid.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Friggin' insane, bro.
There are creatures deeper than that.
I know, but it's weird and squidgy.
I don't know if, like, I believe there could be, like, a lot of life that just sort of vibes down there. And, like, we just don't know about it because it doesn't make sound.
Yeah.
Like, okay, oh, that's a thing. During the submarine, when it popped, remember they were talking about they could hear banging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
30
thought
minute
they thought
intervals.
it was the people inside the submarine banging each other.
Yeah.
And banging the
Mm.
walls.
Sorry.
And if it wasn't, then what the fuck was it? What was banging in the ocean?
Yeah.
I heard someone say like they used to like work as like a navy officer or something, and they heard a lot of just random noises in the ocean, and you just don't question it and you move on with your day.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
creepy.
scary.
You know, a lot of UFO encounters end up in the ocean. Did you know that?
I can
I
imagine
didn't
so.
know
I
that.
mean, the Chinese spy balloon went down there.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about alien life, we actually talked about it on our conspiracies episode of the podcast. That was Hyperthetical Podcast episode.
Look at this guy.
7?
Plugged.
Professional plug. We
Yeah.
love it.
Yep. By all means, watch more of us. We talk about more spacey topics. We talk about more hamster topics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we should
Okay.
do another animal topic every like.
Yeah.
'Cause
I agree.
Every 7 episodes. Because we did the cow one.
What if we each select the best animal,
Yes.
and then we have a competition between the three of us to justify who has the best animal, like Pokemon?
Yeah.
But like,
Like
can it be like
Pokemon.
mammal? So categories of that. So like mammal,
No.
reptile,
Okay, yeah. So we
No?
pick. Yeah.
best mammal, and then best.
We'll figure out once we picked a favorite.
because we can
animal.
milk that. Yeah.
Okay, that could be fun. That could be very fun.
Yeah.
Animal topics. We like animal topics. We like feeding animals plastic.
I would love to do it in a presentation style. You know,
Right,
like we present,
okay.
yeah, and as a PowerPoint. I've done
That'd
that
be cool.
before.
That
It's
actually, yeah, that's actually quite a good idea. The audio listeners are fucked, but you know, it's quite a good idea.
epic.
Audio listeners, we respect you. You get mad sympathy from us. You're not missing anything. Trust us.
No. I'm
Um,
naked right now.
yeah, I'm also completely naked.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm
Oh.
so. What?
Anyways, on that bombshell.
These are you dressed right now?
Yeah.
Mm.
What?
Hey yo.
Have you don't have your cameras on, do you? What's going on? I'm confused.
Nothing. Any final comments, ladies? Any final comments?
Is water wet?
Oh,
No.
water is fundamentally not wet.
Yeah, it's not wet.
It's not wet. It makes things wet. What do you think, Chris?
I think we're all in agreement.
Oh.
No, you think water's wet?
What is wet?
You are wrong, fam. Absolutely bloody wrong.
Mm.
No, trust me, water is not wet. Like if you picked up a fish underwater, you'd go, "Oh, this is a fish in water." You wouldn't think, "Oh, this is a wet fish," until you take it out of water when it's exposed to air. Then it's a wet fish.
Yes.
But wetness is a feeling. So
Yeah.
it's-
Wetness is the difference between dry and wet.
Yeah.
So you can only experience wet when there's something dry to compare it to, such
Yes.
as the air.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the
So-
water is not wet,
But if dry exists, then moisture exists. So
but
it's wet.
only when the wet is in contact with the dry.
But only if the dry is in contact.
So
with
maybe
the
the dry causes the wet.
dry is yeah. So yeah, okay.
Maybe
okay.
air is wet and water is dry.
Oh, good lord! This
Uh-huh.
is a new podcast. This is a new podcast.
Would liquid oxygen that we're breathing at the bottom of the ocean be wet? That is one I want to hear in the comments. Is water wet? I mean, is oxygen... I mean, what is wet? In the comments below. If you want to come on the Hyperthetical podcast, by all means, please just shoot us a message. And if you have an interesting topic and you're good at talking and you're polite, yeah, you can come on, no problem. The next episode will feature a guest. We're going to be talking about, can you melt a human being?
Yes.
It's going to be a good topic next time.
I can't wait.
So, if you want to see that, feel free to follow us on Spotify. Feel free to follow us. Feel free to follow us on Spotify, and feel free to subscribe to us on YouTube, and join the Discord. Discord's always fun. We can communicate with you through banging at the bottom of the ocean. All right, marine animals. We'll talk to you in the next episode. Thank you very much.
See you, my blobfish.
Bye-bye.
Bye.